Hi, my name is Oluwatosin, and I just thought to share my journey on how far I've come since joining the UNICEF Young Influencers Network in 2024. So, how did it all start? Backstory: in 2024, I was still in the university and I was doing quite a lot of volunteering. I used to volunteer with NGOs and volunteer to just do stuff for people, basically, because I have content creation skills, video editing skills. I'm skilled in social media management, social media strategy, and all of that. So I used to volunteer a lot because I hadn't started to make money from those my skills. So I used to volunteer a lot. So in 2024, when the application came out, a lot of people were sending them to me. Oh my God, so you need to apply for this. I think you're a good fit for this. So I applied, and luckily and thankfully, by God's grace, I got in. So I did that for a few months from March 2024 till December 2024. So being a young influencer basically involved lending my voice to various causes and various impactful things that UNICEF was doing in Nigeria. So I contributed my voice to that. And so the Young Influencers Network consisted of young people across Nigeria who were committed and interested in advocating for the rights of children. We had a campaign which was called No More Zero Dose, and that was a campaign to raise awareness on immunization. It was also really amazing. I met incredible people, and we are still friends to today. We still do amazing work together. One of the things we also did is to feature and produce multimedia content that represented the experiences and recommendations of young people across Nigeria. I did that for about 10 months. And during my time as a UNICEF Young Influencer, UNICEF Generation Unlimited came to my university for a career seminar, which was FUCAP, that's Future Unilever Campus Ambassador Program. And I reached out to UNICEF to say, oh, how can I be a part of this? And they connected me to the team that was coming to my university, and I was able to work with them. We did that in about 2, 3 days. Social media strategy, content creation, social media management. We created a page, photography, videography, content creation, physical awareness. We went for a rally to talk about the seminar for people to come. Then we had over 1,000 people come for that seminar. So during the seminar, Unilever, the team from Unilever came, team from UNICEF Generation Unlimited came. We had career talks, how to write your CV, how to you could take like courses for free. So UNICEF has this website called YOMA. It's called the Youth Opportunity Marketplace. So from the site, you can take online courses for free. You can learn digital skills, gain certification. So that was part of the work that I did while being a young influencer. So now come 2025, I was accepted to join the Youth Advisory Board for UNICEF Generation Unlimited. How did that happen? I was a young influencer, then I saw the application for UNICEF Generation Unlimited Young People Action Team. And so I applied, and thankfully again I got it. I got in right. So I'm just saying all this to paint a picture in your mind basically on how everything started and how I got into this space. So for being a member of the Youth Advisory Board, we were 125 youths selected across Nigeria, and out of 4,000 applications. So I did that from January 2025 to July 2026 this month. Last week, I concluded my tenure. Okay, so during that time, we co-designed UNICEF programs, we led community engagement campaigns. I also shared my voice at decision-making tables in the presence of senior government leaders, private sector CEOs, and I also served as the voices of youths across Nigeria for UN work. This is just a snippet of the work that we did during the time. My major reason for applying to join the UNICEF Young Influencers Network in 2024 was because I believe that if I had a bigger platform, I would be able to make bigger impact. So I said all of this to respond to quite a number of DMs that I've received in the past days, past weeks, past months. And I try to respond. Sometimes I respond to most of the DMs that I received. However, I still get these messages, right? So I just thought, why not make a video, right? So when you tell yourself that, oh, you would like to work with United Nations, you would like to work with UNICEF, I want you to also ask yourself why. Why do you want to be in this space? So there's quite a lot of representation of what people think working with the UN should look like or looks like, maybe going for conferences. So During my time in this role, I used to go for quite a number of events, quite a number of conferences as well. However, the events were not just events, the events were opportunity for me to either speak and lend my voice on the topic, represent youth across Nigeria, and where even in states where people can't come from there and come and talk, I represent youth in that regard and on various topics, right? So when you say you want to work with the UN, you want to work with UNICEF, I'll say that's a very good one. However, you must know your why. You must know why you want to get into this space. One of the major passions that drives my work is the fact that I believe so strongly that the life of a young person can change drastically and for good, for better, if they have the right, if they have access to the right opportunities, have access to the right knowledge, have access to exposure. Exposure is so important, and that is one of the things that drives the work that I do. And even aside UNICEF, I still do this personally. I do this in my personal business, right? And that's what fuels the Goodness Effect Media. We'll get back to that later. So even on a day-to-day basis, I still look for how young people can get access to opportunities. That is one of the major things that drives the work that I do. I'm very passionate about young people getting access to the right opportunities. The way I'm saying it, you can see the way it's paining me. The way I'm talking about it so passionately. You must find your why. You must find your why. You must know why you want to go into this space, right? You must know why. You must know why you want to go into this space. And even on a day-to-day basis, I still try to link people to job opportunities, to better their skills, to make money off the things that they do, right? So that is my passion. That's one of my passions. And UNICEF Generation Unlimited has helped me to even fuel that passion and even help me understand it better, right? So the work that I did with as a youth advisory board member was connecting young people to opportunities, which is something I'm really passionate about. I'm really passionate about the growth of young people. I'm really passionate about young people getting access to opportunities, right? Because as Sunday Olokoya will say, you can do big things from a small place. That you come from a rural community does not mean that you have to continue there. That you come from somewhere that isn't so much doesn't mean that you have to continue there. So that's something I believe so much. That's something I'm so passionate about, right? So that's one of the things that fuels the work that I do. So what are you passionate about? What can they wake you up in your sleep? Then you're talking about it. What is that thing? You need to find that thing. And even as I mentioned in 2024, I wasn't looking to start a career in international development. I wasn't, I was just doing my work. I just used to love to volunteer. I used to love to serve people. I used to volunteer a lot. Right now, I've had to be more intelligent about that, but I used to love to volunteer a lot. I still love to volunteer a lot, right? When it was time for, when people saw that opportunity online, they sent it to me. So, what is that one thing that right now people know you for? You need to be clear, kind of, even if you are still navigating, you still need to kind of be clear about what you're doing and what you want to be known for, right? When I'm invited to speak, these are still one of the things that I talk about because it's not rocket science. I feel like there aren't exactly new strategies. These are strategies that work for me, and these are still the things that I'll continue to share, right? First of all, know your why, know what you're passionate about. If someone asks 10 of your friends that what does this person do, can they really talk about what you do? That say, oh, Tosin is passionate about this, Tosin does this, this is what Tosin does, right? Number one, know your why. Number two, let your why and let what you're passionate about be reflected in the work that you do and in your online presence. So this is 2026, right? When someone reaches out to me and say, oh, you would like to be UNICEF Young Influencer. However, I go to your Instagram page and you have just one post. You haven't made any post. Being a young influencer means that you're lending your voice to the work that UNICEF is doing online and physically as well, but online is a major part. So if you say you are shy, if you say you don't like to post, that really is not going to help us. It's not going to help you, right? So I can be very shy as well. It's not even like being shy is like a compliment or something, but I decide when I want to be shy and when I want to be outgoing. If I see that in this situation, being shy is not going to help me, my dear, I'm going to be extroverted. If I see that being extroverted somewhere is not going to help me, then I bring back my demure self, right? That's I don't think our personalities are meant to box us, right? We can be whoever we want to be, whoever we decide to be. So yes, let your why and the work that you're doing be very evident in your online presence, so that when people look you up, when you apply for stuff, and when they look you up, people want to see a track record, because people can believe what you say, but when they see what you are saying, it's easier to reconcile the two together, right? So I will advise and recommend that you let the work that you're doing be visible in your online presence, right? You can start small from your LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, um blogs even. Yes, those are ways that you can document the work that you're doing. And I have friends that run NGOs but don't post online. That is their own decision, right? But if you know that you're looking to have a career in international development and looking to build something in this space, I will recommend strongly that you take your social media presence very seriously, right? And yeah, post the work that you're doing, let what you're passionate about be very evident in your social media outlets. Yeah. And also another thing I would recommend is to surround yourself with the people that look like where you're going. If you're looking to apply for the next cohort of young people action team now, you can't say you're not following UNICEF as of right now. You get. So those places that you're looking to position, make sure you're following them online, because the way these things work, it's really not about knowing someone, right? You need to surround yourself with those opportunities, so that when those things are posted, you can see them, right? You can have access to them. Another thing I'll say is refine your skills. Skills such as communication, relationship skills, those skills are very necessary. And I myself have has had to learn them, had I've had to improve myself in those areas, right? I've taken courses, I've gone for workshops, trainings just to get better at communication and practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect, right? So practice is so important as well. So what have I mentioned? Number one, know your why. Know why you want to go into this space. This Oh, I was talking about it before, but then I changed the trajectory. There's a lot of representation of what um working in this space should look like. Is it taking flights? Is it going on fully funded trips and all of that? So there's a lot of representation. So when people say they want to work in UNICEF, how can they work in the UN? What they are really asking is how can they get access to traveling abroad and doing all these things. All these things are should be things that come along the line, not your major reason for coming into this space, because your major reason for coming into this space should really be impact. It should really be having a platform to increase the visibility of the work that you're doing, to be able to reach more people. Do you understand? So it should really be about impact, not really about things you can get from it. Because oh, guess I didn't mention during from 2024 to July 2026, these these roles that I've been these things that I've been doing are not paid, right? In case you think they're not paid. So, and I've still done them consistently even without being paid. Do you understand? So, can you do stuff without getting paid? That's a topic for another day. And I have a write up on it on my Instagram and LinkedIn. That's a topic for another day, right? And I spoke about how altruism isn't free, but we'll go back to that later. We'll go back to that later. As of right now, as of the stage that you are in, you should be able to do things for free, right? Because you're looking at the impact of the work that you're doing, not really about what you're going to get from it. Because there are so many things that will come as a byproduct of you um, doing things for impact, as opposed to doing things for money, or as opposed to doing things for material things and things that you can quantify, right? There are things that will come. Um, Doing the work will help your career. Doing the work will help you as a person. You will meet amazing people. There are people that you will not meet unless you're doing something, right? Unless you are walking along a particular line, right? So yeah, number one, know your why. Number two, Let your why, let your passions be represented in your online presence, right? Don't just say, oh, in my head, I'm impactful, while on your social media, we can't see the impact that you've made. It's very important for us to see the, not us, I'm not the one, but for people to see the impact of the work that you have made, that you've done. I think that's all, right?